Mr. Noonkester,
Yes, sir.
this event in general, obviously this is what, your 4th or 5th year going through it, man. I mean, what is this event like for you?
Yeah, this is year 5 for me. This is always an event that puts a smile on my face. Using our platform as football players for NC State University and being able to use it in a positive light to inspire, people in our community is definitely huge and something that we aspire as a team, to do, each and every year. So we're very thankful for the work that Coach Dorn has done, to help our team, be able to give back to the community in events such as this. So, just very thankful for the opportunity as always.
Doesn't seem like it gets old either.
No, it's never old. It's awesome to see some of the familiar faces that are coming back. That's always puts a smile on my face, is seeing somebody from last year or the year before that's like, hey, you really made a huge impact, on my child or whatever. And so, for me that always makes me feel good as a player, just as a person in general. It never gets old. Just seeing people excited to be in the Murphy Center and excited to hang out with us is always a blessing.
This event always comes kind of in the middle of preseason, shortly before your first game. What does it do for you guys, maybe mentally, in terms of perspective and just appreciating everything that you have and an opportunity here at NC State?
So for me mentally, and I can probably speak for a lot of guys, is when you're in a facility such as this, after say 5 years in my case, it's just somewhere we work out, or it's just somewhere we eat, it's just somewhere we hang out in the locker room. But when you have other people that come in and see it for the first time, it reminds me how I felt for the first time when I saw the facilities, when I saw the Murphy Center. And so it really just, it kind of ignites that fire that I had when I was a kid, coming in here, first time in the program and getting to see it all for the first time. So, it definitely, makes us realize, all the blessings that we have and just the power that we have as well players with our platform to inspire other people.
Coach Dorn often says this is one of his favorite days of the year. How unique is that in terms of what you guys do, to see your head football coach be so passionate about something that has nothing to do with you guys?
So, for us, having a head coach that supports, the community, like you were talking about, it's huge for us because, there's a lot of people that say that, they support the community and they do a lot of talking, but Coach Dorn does a lot of action as well. For us, his job is to coach us as football players, but his job is also to prepare us as young men for the future. And he does a great job, developing young men on and off the field. We're more than thankful, to have Coach Dorn as a head coach, who pushes us on the field, but then off the field, shows us how to be a young man in society.
You've done some pretty charitable things off the field as well. I mean, how much do you feel like being able to use this platform is something that you really want to be able to do on a consistent basis too?
I love using my platform for, to benefit the community and benefit other people. Something that I shared with the guys during my senior speech earlier in camp is, when you're done with football, people might not remember how many tackles you had, how many catches you had. People are always going to remember the person you were and how you made somebody feel. And so, for me, I want to be known as a guy that uses platform to help people, inspire, young people in our building and our community, and help people in the community to be the best version of themselves. So that's how I want to be remembered.
You see a young child smile when you've done something to create that smile. Describe that feeling.
For me, it just warms my heart. To be honest, I'm obviously not a father, but hopefully aspiring to be a father one day. And so for me, getting to see a smile on a young kid's face is really inspiring for me to want to be a father figure for somebody. It just really gets me fired up and makes me feel positive about the work that I do each and every day.